Hello everyone, welcome to Visit Malta channel. In this video, I am going to explain how you can verify your working permit and how you will get notified about your working permit progress and how you can track your working permit. Okay, these are all the three important things that you can make sure the working permit is actually submitted by your employer or how it is going and the progress and the tracking everything. Okay, before I start explaining how you can verify your working permit is valid or not, let me quickly go through how the working permit progress is going. Okay, in many video I used to explain in even in the separate video in very detail I was explain how the working permit process. Okay, so I'm not going to cover in very detail in this video. So I'm going to give you in a short description about how the working permit progress is going. Okay, first, once you get the job, you officially sign the contract with your employer. Okay, after that, your employer will initiate a working permit. Remember, I'm not saying submit, I'm saying initiate, which means your employer will use the information about the company and also your personal information like your name, date of birth, age, and passport number, and all those things. Okay, all the things will be submitted by your employer and initiate the working permit progress through the Identity Malta website portal. Your employer don't have to go to the Identity Malta directly physically. Okay, all they have to do it in online application. They have to submit by inputting the 75% information about you and about the company detail. Okay, once they have initiated, you will get the email confirmation from Identity Malta, which I am going to show you that email. Okay, the original email, which you can see whether it is coming from Identity Malta or it's a fake email that has been created by the fake agency. Okay, so in that email I'm going to show you in few minutes after I explain this short description. Okay, in that email you can verify and validate and get the decision whether your employer is really submitting the working permit behalf of you. Okay, in that email you will have a hyperlink which you can click and verify all the information that has been provided by your employer and your information. For example, your employer will provide your name, address, abroad address, and date of birth, and the email address. Email is very important. Okay, so when you verify the information that is being initiated by your employer, check they are using your email address under the your information in the application, because that is the email id you will receive the progress and rejection or approved all communication from Identity Malta. Okay, if your agency used their email in your respective information in the application, they will get the email and they may have a chances to overwrite the email or alter the email and forward it to you and claiming that your application is submitted. So just verify all the information they have submitted, they have initiated, is correct or not. Okay, once you validate the information that is being initiated by our employer, that is where you have to submit the application once again. Okay, after that the application again everything through online. Okay, after that your employer one more time will verify all the information that has been updated by your employer, which is 75% information and 25% information that has been confirmed by you. Okay, once both the end verified the application, your employer is the one finally submit the working permit copy behalf of you. Okay, so initially they initiate the working permit, then you will get the email notification. From the email notification you will click on the link to verify all the information provided by the employer and your information is correct in the application. Then it go again back to your employer. Okay, then they will submit the working permit behalf of you. After that, you will get one final email confirmation from Identity Malta. Okay, in that email, you can find the tracking information which you can track your application anytime. You don't require any login detail, you don't require any registration anywhere. All you have to just refresh the tracking link and you will see the application progress and no one can cheat you. Okay, so this is the primary and short information about the working permit process. Now, where you can exactly verify whether your application really submitted by your employer or they are cheating or by collecting the money from you. So okay, here as I mentioned, you'll see wait for the email confirmation after 75%, wait for the email confirmation after 100% submitted by your employer. So this email is very important, which I'm going to show you in this video. With this email is very important where you can find the information is provided by your employer or the information is coming really from the identity Malta or not. Okay, let me show you the email. First email. Okay, this is the first email will look like. I just converted as a PDF. Okay, the important thing that you have to check in the first email is the from email address. It should be no reply.singlepermit.ima.gov.mt. So this is the from email address of identity Malta that you will receive to your email address and also copy of your employer. Okay, so this is the first confirmation that you can that you can guess that your employer is not cheating and they really initiated the working permit. Okay, in this email you will see the content saying that an application for a single permit has been initiated on your behalf by your company name. Okay, you will come to know which company you will be hired under. Okay, so this is the company name they will be showing, is now awaiting your validation. Okay, so what you should do is follow this link to access your application. For security reason, you will first be required to confirm your identity. So this is the link that you will have to click and verify your information. What do you mean by verify? Again, let me explain. As mentioned here, this is the first email we are looking and discussing now. You have to validate and submit. Let me show you how that will be look like. Once you click on that link, you will end up this web page, Identity Malta, and you have to select your date of birth and the travel document number. Most of the time it will be your passport number. Once you select the date of birth and passport number and click confirm, you will see all the information that is being submitted by your employer, which is 75% of the information, and you can verify the information is correct or not. Once you verified everything, and you have to click the submit application from your end. Okay, after that the application will go back to your employer again. Okay, if you see any changes in the application, you can request the correction, which will be notified to your employer, and again they will correct it and they'll send back to the application, which you will get the another email same like this with the hyperlink, which you can click on it and just verify it and submit the application, which will go back to your employer. Okay, again it is not going to the identity Malta, it is going to the employer. Okay, so you can do the correction. You can, if you no correction, you can just send back to the employer by saying all the information is correct and submit the application. Okay, and in that when you do the validation, okay, make sure your email address is correct and all the passport number, name and everything is correct. Okay, in this email you also will notify the employer contact detail, official contact detail, the email address and application reference number. Okay, all this information is like a confirmation of this is the original that is being submitted by your employer. All right, after you validate, your employee will verify and submit the application behalf of you. And let me show you the second email confirmation, how it will look like and how you can check whether it is really submitted or not. This is the second email confirmation, which is the final email confirmation that is being again sent by Identity Malta, not by your employer or agency. Okay, again and again, I'm repeating, the email confirmation will be coming from Identity Malta, not by your employer. If you see your employer is forwarding the email or something else, then you may have to verify whether it is really submitted or not. Let me show you how you can verify. First, in the second email confirmation, always check whether it is coming from the actual identity Malta by checking the from address, which is no reply single permit.ima.gov.mt. Okay, and the reply to will be your email address, and reply to will be the identity Malta email, and to address will be your email, and CC will be your employer email. Okay, and in the body of the content, if you notice, dear applicant, okay, for the security reason, I just blocked out everything, even in the first email and the second email. Okay, just to not give the fake agency to create a duplicate email like this and cheat money of the people. So I'm just black out the personal information. All right. So in the body of content, you will see dear applicant name, your applicant, I mean your name, your single permit application, the reference number has been submitted to Identity Malta. Your application will be processed and you will be informed of the outcome in due course. Okay. Here you can verify the reference number and the last name, first name, country, birth, date of birth, and date of birth, and place of birth, and everything is correct. Okay, and you can also see the mobile number and the travel document and current residency and address in Malta, which means the company address. Okay, and the permanent address. Okay, sorry, the temporary address and the permanent address, and employer detail, especially employer detail is correct or not, just to confirm whether you are hired by the correct employer or not, and the registration number, everything. Okay, one and of course the address and contact and job description title, for which job description and title you will be hired. Okay, and everything. And very important thing in this email is you will have the tracking link which you can click and check your application status. So in the second email confirmation, it is very important that you have to make sure the tracking link is there. Once you click on the tracking information after your employer submitted the final application, let me show you how the tracking page will be look like. Okay, this is the tracking page will look like. You can see the application reference number, and you can see your name here, and you can also see the application status is pending or in progress or issued. Okay, mostly there will be a 3 to 4 status which you can see. First will be in progress, which means they still, after your employer submitted application, they will verify all the documents and everything. So that time you will see in progress. Okay, and after they verify the information, they will you will see the status application verified or in progress. Okay, something like that. And after that, if there is any pending document that has been required, they'll say pending. Okay, and the last status is once the working permit is issued, they'll change the status as issued. So this verification link is very important in the email, which you can check always whether the working permit is really submitted by your employer or no. So these are all the way that you can easily identify if the working permit has been submitted. Okay, and you can verify whether the working permit is original or not, and you will get notified if the email is correct when application is submitted, and you can track the working permit application by clicking the tracking link provided by Identity Malta. So these are very important things that you can that will help you out to validate your agency or employer whether they're really proceeding your working permit or they're earning money from you, and they're going to cheat or not. So that's it. And one more thing, yes, the official cost for the working permit is 280 euro, which will be provided, which will be paid through the online when you validate and submit the 25% of your information. Okay, during that time, whether you have to pay or you can skip and ask your employer to pay when they submit the final application. All right, so that is where you can decide with your employer whether they are going to pay or you are going to pay. Okay, right, simple. Hope this is a very useful video. If you think it's a very useful video, please like and share the video, and don't forget to subscribe my channel to see more video about the working permit and all other additional information that I'm going to create and more. All right. If you have any clarification, you can always reach me out at visit2malta@gmail.com. All right. Good luck and see you in the next video. Thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe.